Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, today we're going to debate ourselves. I mean like the SnowFallen secrets, the shadow debate. Okay, so just to give like a very brief event guide. Okay, just do note that in the banner, okay, Vin and Luke will go to this banner in the rerun. Okay, and your PT will come from Dreams of Childhood, which is the Hoyoland banner, or the previous two SSR or solo banner. So for example, it's Luke's Dooming Nightmare or Electrifying Night. No, I mean Revisiting Youth, not Electrifying Night, because Electrifying Night had a rerun. But yeah, some those types of events, but not from Luke's birthday. Okay, so don't be surprised if your PT got looks like it got reset or looks different from Luke's birthday, because the PT of birthday banner is different from this type of banner. Okay, just do take note of that. It uses regular tiers. Okay, so yeah, just be careful. Whether to smash or pass, I have a Hoyo Lab link in the description. I'll put it there for you to decide if this banner is good for you or not. Okay, because this video is not concentrated on the banner. Okay. Secondly, okay, so for the clues, think of it like an event task. Okay, so for tabloid reporter, if in case that you navigated and it says here in the story that you need to download resources, I already did everything so that you don't have to do it. Just go to chapter 3. Okay, go to chapter 3, just download chapter 3 and go to 3-4. Okay, tabloid reporter. Okay, you don't have to download all of the chapters already, so that yeah, save storage. Okay, so just go to chapter 3, battle number 4. Okay, that's it. Next, reasoning. Okay, so in order for you to get Mario's SR or Artem's SR, you need to spend maximum 4,000 S chips. Okay, so just think twice if you want Artem's SR or not. For me, it's good because so far we don't have a rerun on event SR like this. Okay, try to farm all the way until the last stage, this one. Okay, in order for you to get the coins. Now, where do you get the coins? I mean, where do you use the coins? The coins, you use it in the card flipping. So if you just tap anyone here, okay, it costs 160. If you do not have enough, then that's the time you use your S chips. Okay, you have to complete the whole pool before you can get Artem's card in the next pool. Okay, so for example, I already got Mario's card early, but I can't get Artem's SR yet because I have to complete this whole pool first. Okay, so yeah, do take note of those. Just a quick event overview. Okay, now let's go for the important part. Okay, right after you finish every task, it'll give you a hint. So once you go to the hint, you just tap on this one and you can check on all the clues. Okay, once you get the clues, don't forget to go to truth. Okay, once you unlock this one, then that's the time you can get the S chips. Okay, and once you finish all of this, then that's the time you can get the badge, this one. Okay, don't forget. Now let's go to the other more important one, the name card. Okay, again, do not force yourself to finish this debate if you can't do it. Like, don't force yourself. Okay, it's all for a name card. This will not affect your progress in the event. Okay, it's separate. Badge progress is different from name card progress, so don't try to mull too hard. Okay, now the deck recommendation is actually 160,000, but for some reason I can somewhat do it with 155. There are a lot of cases where I actually died in like the last turn because like the enemy influence power keeps increasing, so you cannot stall, just like in Homo King battle. So yeah, do take note of that. Also do take note that do not try to use mixed deck like this one. Okay, where you have like 3 elements. Try to focus only on one element, mono element. Okay, if you remember my previous video in the first ANIV civil debate, and you can do it by either you have a very strong deck or you follow my video, etc., then more or less you can do the same for this event. But the problem is, in the first ANIV, it was 180k versus this one is 200k. So it's a power difference of 20,000, which is actually pretty huge if you do not feed your cards. Okay, so yeah, just remember, do mono element. Okay, number 2, do not auto debate. Okay, why? Because auto debate can sometimes fuck up the order of the cards that you're gonna debate, which could actually hinder you in terms of damage. Okay, unless if you're some I know Leviathan with like very OP deck, then yeah, go ahead, you can auto. Okay, as much as possible, try to manual it. Anyway, you just need to do this once, and after that it's counted towards the name card. Okay, so again, for intuition, you use a full empathy deck. Okay, for logic, you use a full intuition. Okay, you use a full green. Okay, and then for the red or empathy, you use logic. Okay, so yeah, do take note of that. Okay, now I will just pick one, which is the intuition, because that's what I've been dummy testing on. Now regarding, I know a lot of people will ask about my NXX because like a lot of people, hey, you have so high level power. Okay, just a proof. Okay, I only have level 52. So once you hit level 50, you can finally unlock this node. This node is boost all influence of all cards, which is very, very helpful. It's like one of the most important nodes, okay? So once you hit level 50, just reset once, okay? It's only cost 20,000, which is like your daily's gold stage, okay? So just reset that, focus on this upper half, okay? This upper part, this lower part, and get this one, okay? Because this one helps you revive a little bit. So there's a chance that maybe you need like 1 to 2 cards left, then go for it, okay? This one, there are some nodes here that can actually help you. For example, this one, after thumping an argument. So what it means is that once you finish the debate box, like when it breaks, okay, it gives you a little bit of power boost. Now, it could be helpful, especially if you're like a 1-card shotter, which means like use 1 preemptive strike and it break the whole debate box. So that this buff would be helpful, okay? So yeah, it depends on your card deck. So for me, I recommend that node, okay? The other method I will explain further towards as we proceed along, okay? And then the rest of the points from defense, okay, I'm pretty sure you level up somewhere here before you hit 50. So once you hit 50, reset, do what I do, and put all of the other points here, okay? So that it will help you in like the DPS part, okay? So yeah, that's method number 1, okay? Yeah, just follow this one and you're good to go, okay? Now, don't try to like burn all your stallions just like me, okay? Because it's really, really hard to level up cards, okay? Now, how to build your deck, okay? I'm going for the intuition stage because that's one I've kind of like redo a lot of times trying to lower the power level. Because like originally my power level is 170k, which is very doable if you're 170k above. But for like not super strong decks, I would suggest like 160. At least 160 just for you to survive in like towards the last wave, because like the influence stacks, the enemy influence stacks. So since you're like pure offense, you might not have enough HP to survive. So yeah, okay. Anyways, in your deck, have like 3 DPS or 3 cards with preemptive strike. In my case, it's look RRG anniversary. Yeah, 2 to 3. Okay, if you don't have, then that's fine. Try to get the SR cards that have. I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it. But yeah, try to get SR cards and max the stars. Okay, as you can see here, right? The stars, right? Try to max it so that they'll be of almost equal power as an SR card. So an example here is this one. This card. Yeah, see, you can see here my Look SR, the Timely Rescue, is 6,000 plus, which is almost like equal power with the 1-star SSR. So yeah, you can see how cracked this is, right? Because yeah, you have to level up these passive skills. Okay, so yeah, that's like a hidden rule that not all people know. So yeah, try to 5-star your SRs and your MRs. As for R cards, try to not use them. Like put it in the support deck because they don't really deal super big damage. Okay, we're aiming for like pure offense. Okay, next, remove all your defense up cards. So in case like you have that Artem SSR, the one with the one where they're making a wish by the tree that goes together with Luke's shape of you, that SSR, remove it because it's defense up. Okay, another one is influence down. Okay, try to remove that also because it's technically a defense as well. It can help you in survivability, but we're trying to finish the debate as fast as possible, so try to remove it. An example of it would be where's that SR card? Oh god, no, not this. An example of it would be Luke's SR, the anomaly thingy. Where is that? This one. See, cover tactics. Okay, this one is defense, influence down. So don't try to get this or like defense up. Instead, get influence up and defense down. So an example of defense down would be Electrifying Knight. This one, defense down. It's actually really underrated, but it's actually pretty good. So like, see, you already shave off like 1/4 defense of the opponent, which is like really good. Okay, and then the rest of the cards, use buff cards. So for example, layer by layer, yeah, like this, layer by layer. Where's the red one? Or like the colored buff, this one, bait and lure, And then try to level up this one as well. Okay, if in case that you're broke because of like you're chasing for level 10 like that, if in case you're broke, don't try to force yourself. Okay, try to spread out the skill levels instead. So for example, because I'm sure that at this point in the game, I'm going to assume that your power levels are 140k or you're 150k, then you're struggling. At least level 4 skill, okay, or level 5, because level 4 you have like, I don't know how many tier 1 impressions do you have. I'm pretty sure it's way more than your tier 3 impression, because tier 3 impression is very hard to get, right? See, for example, where do I check it? Okay, check it in your inventory. Okay, at this point in the game you have like at least 100 plus empathy 1. That's good for skill 1 to 4. And then afterwards, tier 2 mats, you have like around, let's say, 100 plus also. That's skill level 5 to skill level 7. Okay, it's good, but it's somewhat expensive. If you can afford it, go for it. Okay, but skill level 8 to 10 is the most expensive one. Like, in order for you to farm the S mats, you can only farm in these 2 stages so far. Okay, or like go to NXX, collect the mats, or like exchange in the vision banner, this shop. So yeah, it's very limited compared to like tier 1 and tier 2 materials. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So yeah, try to level up your cards to like level 4, at least level 4. Even the skill 2, okay, any type of text that has this type, the increase blah influence for every blah in the deck, so like for every Vin card or every empathy card, something like that. Or this one, in the third one, third passive is usually increase the influence of all guy cards or increase the influence of all empathy cards. Okay, I'm sorry, there's so many motorcycles in my area. Anyways, so yeah, try to increase anything related to influence. Don't increase anything related to defense. Okay, so yeah, anyways, I hope that makes sense. Now let's debate ourselves. Okay, so for now I'll use 155k so that it'll be less struggle. Okay, step 1 of your debate. Okay, step 2, read the symbols. Okay, I know we don't really notice it, but if you notice this arrow up, okay, there's actually 2 symbols. One is rainbow, one is not rainbow. So the one that's not rainbow, that's your bait and lure, the increase empathy, while the rainbow ones increase influence. So increase influence means it buffs all types of elements. But since we're using mono deck, then that's the time where colored buff might be more helpful than rainbow buff. But both of them are still helpful. It's just that the percentage of one colored buff is higher than rainbow buff. Okay, just saying. And then this one, mouse without arrows, it means preemptive strike. Okay, so rule of thumb, start with the buff before the preemptive strike. Okay, as much as possible, stack 3 buff, 2 to 3 buff. Okay, unless if you're like the last few turns, then yeah, you can use 1 buff. But just to play safe, do 3 buff. Okay, I'll show you. So for example, I use layer by layer, which is Vince. Okay, try to move as much as possible if you can. Okay, if you can, try to memorize which card has how many turns. So for example, after how many years of me playing tiers, I know that this card increases influence by 1 turn, while false tears increases empathy by 3 turns, something like that. Okay, that way you can stack it in order. Okay, so that it will look like a 3-1 or 2-1. Yeah, so like in bottom line is like you should have the 1 turn as your last card before you use your preemptive strike. Okay, I have a more detailed video in my older videos on like how to deal better damage. But yeah, that's like the summary. Okay, now you can see that I have like very small HP before this one, right? So there are 2 options I can do. I can use a buff card, okay, so that the buff will carry over to the next box, or I change target. Okay, you can do either. For me, I prefer doing like carry over buff. Okay, so try to use a weaker card. By weaker card, I mean the card that either isn't your stand, because most likely you didn't level up that card, or the one that has lower skill level. So in my case, I think it's Artem. Okay, and then I can use a preemptive strike so that the buff would still would be worth it. Okay, so as you can see here, the rainbow buff 13%, while the colored buff, it's this one's 10, this one's 12. See, it's almost of equal percentage. But like the higher level it goes, the more you can see the difference. Okay, it's not super big difference, but like, you know, just a bonus knowledge. Yeah. Look, preemptive strike, bam. Okay, next. In case if you mess up, like you accidentally hit a one turn buff before a 2-turn buff, it's fine. Try to extend the buff. So for example, I use a 2-turn buff before a 3-turn buff. So like normally it should be like 3-turn before 2-turn, so that I can stack more buff, right? So what I can do is use a buff card instead, right? Another buff card, so that at least I still have 2 buff. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So yeah, right. Next, rinse, repeat. I will save my 1-turn buff for like the last box or the last wave. Okay, I'll show you why. Okay, so for now, I carry over. See, I have 3 buff stack. Now, I can use a preemptive strike. Bam, 1 shot. Okay. Okay, again, rinse, repeat. Now, we're at the last wave. Okay, as you can see here, I don't have any more preemptive strike. If I have a preemptive strike, I will still save it. Okay, because I know that more or less this is like 1 to 2 cards left, right? So what I can do, I will stack my buff. Okay, so I will use this one because it's 2-turn. Okay, as you can see, I'm at the 3rd wave and I still have buff, right? So what do? I'll just keep stacking my buff. Stack. Okay, so at least when I replenish, I can still have some buff left, and I deal like quite a damage, right? So yeah, time to rinse, repeat. 1, 2. Where's my darts? Don't have my darts. It's fine. Okay. Notice like at the upper right, this is where your opponent's buff are and debuff. Since I don't have an empathy debuff card, I cannot show you. But sometimes if you have a debuff card, it will show here. Okay. Notice how much it stacks if you're using a blue card, because it's intuition. Right? Logic to intuition is lower damage plus the defense, so it's negligible damage. That's why do not bring mixed elements. Okay, next, you can see here that the opponent has like 50% buff and another 50% buff. So it means that you can see 29 turns, 26 turns, right? So it means that it's going to keep having this chunky attack versus you. Okay, so there's the chance that at the final wave you could die. That's where your defense in your NXX could help you. But if you're confident enough that your deck can do it, then just burst it out, okay? Ooh, so close. Okay, as you can see here, it's like that. In my previous run, I actually died, but thanks to that passive skill, I actually revive. So, yeah, something like that, okay? In this case, I know that 1 card can kill it, so I'm just going to use Preemptive Strike. And we're done. I still have 4 turns left, because my deck is like low-key cracked, so yeah. Okay. Now, I'm just going to say that like 1/4 of this is like skill level 10, and others are like skill level 7, others have like 2 skills that are level 4, 2 skills that are level 7, others are level 1. I think this one's only level 4, if I'm not mistaken. My preemptive strikes are level 10, that I can assure you. So yeah, that's where like your skill level can help you. Okay, notice that my deck is not super spread out in terms of men. That sounds so wrong, but yeah. Okay, try to, as I've said last year, don't go for Team Harem. Okay, because the passive skill of your card, okay, if you look at this one, okay, this one, right, boost every Artem card. For every Artem card in the deck, it will boost the influence, right? So if you have like multiple guys in the deck, then the passive will be more spread out. Okay, when as compared to if you're concentrated to 1 to 2 guys, then the buff will stack further. Okay, so I hope that logic makes sense, right? Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a second method. Now, this second method is more recommended for those who have NXX study level higher than level 50. Okay, because you can only unlock this node at level 50. Okay, second, you need to have 20,000 gold. Okay, so if you're asking how to level up, no, not this one, how to level up this one, you can collect EXP in the file room. Okay, file room, you can see this one, 60, 60, 30, this one. This is your EXP for your study room. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reset, okay, and then since we're using empathy cards, let's boost these. Okay, next, damage dealt. Okay, this one is damage dealt to empathy, but right now we're going against intuition. So just operate once so that you can unlock this. Okay, then boost. Okay, next get this one survive for survivability, and get this one also so that you can trump the argument. Okay, afterwards, boost the defense of empathy cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one is reduce damage taken from empathy. Since we're going against intuition, do the same for the other side. So intuition, level up by 1, and then afterward, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then reduces time for next logical thinking after reorganizing. Since we're going to reorganize one time, we can get this node. Okay, and then recover HP by 1 since we're a little bit more squishy. Okay, like the opponent increases influence rather, so we kind of need it. Okay, reduces thinking. Okay, this one we need this for survivability. Okay, reduces time for next logical thinking after refuting. This one we also need just a little bit. Okay, this is for survivability. Okay, basically it's similar to like my previous setup, but like the difference is there's like the level is higher. Okay, so you can see it's level 18 now, while it was level 12. It looks a little bit like very small change, but like 6% is actually pretty huge if you're gonna think about it. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, again, same deck, same opponent. Let's go. You won't feel like the difference until you debate it. Like a while ago, you can see like my power level looks the same, the power of the cards looks the same, everything's the same, right? But the difference is when you can feel it during the debate. Okay, so again, I'm gonna use the same strategy, just different setup in my NXX. Okay. Okay, again, Bob stack, Bob stack. Okay, as you can see, a while ago, I think I have like 3 to 4 cards left, but now I have like 5 cards, and like the turns left is actually quite a lot. So yeah, I won't like math it out, but like more or less, I can feel like the damage is a bit bigger. Okay. Can we try preemptive strike? No, I don't have preemptive. Okay. Jesus Christ. The only issue is that the opponent gets stronger. So yeah, be careful with this. That's why you need a little bit of like the HP recovery. Okay. I'll recover because of the passive. Done. Oh. It's a little bit more risky, but like your damage is a bit higher. So yeah, it depends on which method you prefer. For me, the method 2 is for those people whose deck looks fine, but it's skill issue. As in literally skill issue because of skill level, or skill issue because they left it on auto instead of manual, or like the debate order is wrong. So literally a skill issue. So yeah, I hope like either of this method helps, and like hopefully you guys also get the name card and like the SSR you want. So yeah, I'll also help in the comments on like if anyone needs help. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. I can offer like step-by-step guide if you need. Just like message anybody in the Pierce Bakery FB group. Just join there, go to the message chat, just like post there, I need help. Okay, so yeah, it's fine, people will message there. No one, yeah, people will help you in the message, or you join the Tears of Themis International FB group, then yeah, people will help there. So yeah, that's about it. Hope this guide helps you, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.